7 Signals of Perceived Weakness in Men and Strategies for Cultivating Strength, a comprehensive guide. Have you ever wondered why, despite your best intentions and efforts to be accommodating, women seem to lose interest or treat you with less respect than you deserve? It's a common experience for many men, often stemming from unknowingly projecting subtle cues of weakness that significantly impact how they are perceived. Psychological research consistently reveals that women possess a remarkable ability to instinctively pick up on these nuanced behaviors, which subsequently influence their level of attraction, respect, and overall interest. Far too often, men mistakenly believe that they are being considerate, agreeable, or even charming, while in reality, they are inadvertently eroding their own presence and diminishing their perceived strength. This comprehensive guide aims to illuminate these often unrecognized signs that can lead women to perceive a man as weak, and more importantly, it offers practical, actionable strategies to address and overcome these tendencies, transforming you into a more confident, self-assured, and desirable individual. Prepare to delve into the intricate dynamics of interpersonal perception, explore the psychology behind attraction and respect, and embark on a journey of self-improvement that will empower you to cultivate genuine strength and radiate a magnetic presence. This is not about manipulation or artifice, it's about understanding how your behaviors are interpreted and aligning them with your authentic self to project confidence and command respect. This journey begins with self-awareness, progresses through targeted strategies for behavioral modification, and culminates in a sustained practice of self-improvement that will positively impact all areas of your life. The first subtle yet potent sign that can lead a woman to perceive you as weak is the persistent need for her validation. While confidence is universally recognized as one of the most attractive qualities a man can possess, many men unknowingly sabotage their own appeal by constantly seeking approval from the women they are interested in. This manifests in various ways, from soliciting opinions on mundane decisions to seeking reassurance for every action taken. If your every decision hinges on her approval, whether it's what to wear, where to eat, how to act, or even what to think, you are inadvertently sending a clear message that you lack self-assurance and depend on external validation to feel secure. While seeking input and considering others' perspectives is a healthy and normal aspect of social interaction, excessive reliance on her opinions can make you appear uncertain, indecisive, and ultimately, insecure. To illustrate this point, consider a scenario where you are on a date at a restaurant. Instead of confidently selecting a dish that appeals to your palate, you repeatedly ask her, "Do you think I should get the pasta or the steak? Which one do you think is better? Are you sure I should get this? What are you getting?" While it might seem like an innocent attempt to be considerate and ensure she enjoys the experience, constantly deferring to her for even the smallest decisions can be a major red flag. It conveys a lack of conviction in your own choices and suggests that you prioritize her preferences above your own. Women are naturally drawn to men who possess a clear sense of self, who know what they want, and who are comfortable expressing their preferences. If you consistently look to her for reassurance and guidance, she may begin to feel like she is leading the relationship, making all the decisions, and taking on a disproportionate amount of responsibility. This can gradually diminish her attraction to you over time, as she may perceive you as lacking the leadership qualities she desires in a partner. Furthermore, constantly seeking validation can create a dynamic where she feels pressured to provide constant reassurance, which can become exhausting and ultimately lead to resentment. The underlying issue here is not about being considerate, it's about the imbalance of power and the perceived lack of self-sufficiency. A confident man values his own opinions and is not afraid to make decisions based on his own judgment. He seeks input from others when appropriate, but he does not rely on external validation to define his self-worth. The key to overcoming this habit is to cultivate greater self-trust and learn to make decisions confidently, even if they are small or seemingly insignificant. Begin by consciously making your own choices in everyday situations, without seeking external approval. For example, when choosing what to wear, select an outfit that you feel comfortable and confident in, regardless of what you think she might prefer. When deciding where to go for dinner, research restaurants that appeal to your own tastes and suggest one that you genuinely want to try. The more you practice making independent decisions, the more confident you will become in your own judgment. Instead of always asking for her approval, express your own preferences clearly and assertively. Share your opinions and ideas without hesitation, even if they differ from hers. It's perfectly acceptable for you to have different tastes and perspectives. In fact, it can add depth and interest to the relationship. If she disagrees with your choices, that's perfectly fine, but don't let it shake your confidence or cause you to second-guess yourself. A confident man is comfortable with disagreement and doesn't need everyone to agree with him to feel validated. The more you project certainty in your actions and decisions, the more respect and admiration you will naturally command. This isn't about being arrogant or dismissive of her opinions, it's about demonstrating self-assurance and the ability to make independent choices. By cultivating self-trust and expressing your own preferences, you will project an image of confidence and strength that will be far more attractive than constantly seeking validation. Moreover, remember that seeking validation can stem from deep-seated insecurities. Take some time to reflect on the underlying reasons why you feel the need for external approval. Are you afraid of making the wrong decision? Do you doubt your own judgment? Are you seeking reassurance because of past experiences of criticism or rejection? Addressing these underlying insecurities can help you develop a stronger sense of self-worth and reduce your reliance on external validation. Consider practicing self-affirmations, engaging in activities that boost your self-esteem, and seeking therapy if necessary to address any unresolved emotional issues. Ultimately, cultivating genuine confidence and self-assurance is a journey of self-discovery and personal growth. By embracing your own individuality, trusting your own judgment, and expressing your own preferences, you will project an image of strength and authenticity that will attract women who appreciate you for who you truly are. The second sign that can signal weakness to women is the tendency to avoid confrontation at all costs. While being agreeable and avoiding unnecessary conflicts are generally considered positive traits, a persistent refusal to stand up for yourself when it truly matters is a clear indication of a lack of backbone. Women are highly perceptive and will quickly notice when a man consistently avoids addressing issues, especially when he is being disrespected or taken advantage of. If you are the type of person who lets things slide, even when you are clearly being treated unfairly or your boundaries are being crossed, it sends a strong signal that you lack self-respect and are unwilling to assert your needs. This can be incredibly unattractive, as it suggests that you prioritize avoiding conflict over defending your own value and dignity. Imagine a scenario where you have spent hours meticulously planning the perfect date, carefully considering every detail to ensure a memorable experience for both of you. However, upon arriving at the restaurant, she spends the entire evening engrossed in her phone, barely engaging in conversation or showing any appreciation for your efforts. Instead of expressing your frustration or disappointment in a calm and assertive manner, you simply laugh it off or pretend that it doesn't bother you. While you might believe that you are being easygoing and avoiding an unnecessary confrontation, she might perceive your behavior as a sign that you don't value yourself enough to demand respect. It suggests that you are willing to tolerate disrespectful behavior rather than risk causing a conflict. Women admire men who are capable of setting healthy boundaries and enforcing them consistently. Boundaries are essential for maintaining a healthy relationship, as they define the limits of acceptable behavior and ensure that both partners feel respected and valued. If you consistently allow mistreatment without calling it out or addressing the issue directly, it can significantly diminish the level of respect she has for you. This is not to suggest that you should be overly aggressive or confrontational at every minor inconvenience. Setting boundaries doesn't mean being hostile or starting arguments over trivial matters, it means calmly but firmly standing up for yourself when necessary and refusing to tolerate consistent disrespect. If she does something that genuinely bothers you, address it directly and honestly, but always do so with respect and composure. Explain how her actions made you feel and what you expect in the future. A woman who truly respects you will respond positively to your confidence and willingness to communicate your needs. She will appreciate your honesty and be willing to adjust her behavior to maintain a healthy and respectful dynamic. The key to fixing this tendency to avoid confrontation is to cultivate a deep sense of self-respect and recognize your own inherent worth. If something feels wrong or violates your personal boundaries, don't suppress it simply to avoid conflict. Speak up when necessary and don't tolerate consistent disrespect from anyone, including the woman you are dating. This requires courage and assertiveness, but it is essential for maintaining your dignity and commanding respect. Start by identifying your personal boundaries and clearly defining what you are willing and unwilling to accept in a relationship. Communicate these boundaries to your partner in a calm and assertive manner, and be prepared to enforce them consistently. If she crosses a boundary, address it immediately and explain why it is unacceptable. Don't be afraid to walk away from a relationship if your boundaries are consistently violated or if she refuses to respect your needs. Women don't want a man they can walk all over, they want a man who values himself, demands respect from others, and is willing to stand up for what he believes in. This is not about being controlling or domineering, it's about establishing a healthy and balanced dynamic where both partners feel respected, valued, and heard. By cultivating self-respect, setting clear boundaries, and asserting your needs, you will project an image of strength and confidence that will be far more attractive than avoiding confrontation at all costs. Furthermore, remember that avoiding confrontation can often stem from a fear of rejection or abandonment. You may worry that if you stand up for yourself or express your needs, she will become angry or leave the relationship. However, true and lasting relationships are built on honesty, respect, and mutual understanding. If she is unwilling to accept your boundaries or respect your needs, then she is not the right partner for you. It is better to be alone than to be in a relationship where you are constantly being disrespected or taken advantage of. Consider practicing assertiveness techniques to improve your ability to communicate your needs and boundaries effectively. Role-playing with a friend or therapist can help you develop the confidence and skills necessary to stand up for yourself in real-life situations. Remember that assertiveness is not about being aggressive or demanding, it's about expressing your needs and opinions in a clear, honest, and respectful manner. Ultimately, cultivating self-respect, setting boundaries, and asserting your needs are essential for building healthy and fulfilling relationships. By demonstrating that you value yourself and are unwilling to tolerate disrespect, you will attract women who appreciate your strength and confidence and are willing to treat you with the respect you deserve. The third sign that can diminish your perceived strength in the eyes of a woman is the tendency to overshare your insecurities too soon in the relationship. While emotional openness and vulnerability are essential for building intimacy and connection, there is a distinct difference between healthy vulnerability and overwhelming someone with your insecurities to the point where it becomes a burden. Women appreciate honesty and authenticity, but they are not looking to become your personal therapist, especially early in the relationship. If you consistently unload all of your fears, anxieties, and self-doubts onto her without allowing her the opportunity to get to know you on a deeper level, it can be overwhelming and ultimately unattractive. Imagine that you are on a second date with a woman you are genuinely interested in. Instead of focusing on getting to know each other naturally, exploring shared interests, and building a connection, you begin to unload all of your fears and anxieties about your career, your past relationships, and your overall sense of self-worth. You tell her about how you struggle with public speaking, how you dislike your current job and feel trapped, and how you have never felt good enough in past relationships. While she may listen politely and offer words of encouragement, deep down she might start to feel overwhelmed by the sheer volume of negativity and self-doubt. She may begin to wonder if you are looking for a partner or a therapist. Women respect men who are willing to acknowledge their struggles and challenges, but they are also looking for someone who is actively working to overcome them. If you constantly seek reassurance from her regarding your self-doubt and insecurities, she may begin to see you as someone who lacks emotional resilience and is overly dependent on external validation. This can be a major turnoff, as it suggests that you are not emotionally equipped to handle the challenges of a relationship. Instead of venting all of your insecurities and self-doubts, focus on sharing your aspirations, your goals, and your plans for personal growth. When you talk about your challenges, frame them in a way that shows how you are actively working through them, rather than wallowing in them or seeking pity. For example, instead of saying, "I'm terrible at public speaking," and I always get nervous before presentations. You could say, public speaking is definitely a challenge for me, but I'm taking a course to improve my skills, and I'm determined to overcome my fear. This demonstrates that you are aware of your weakness but are actively working to address it, which is far more attractive than simply complaining about it. The key to fixing this tendency to overshare is to be mindful of when and how you share your vulnerabilities. Emotional depth and vulnerability are attractive qualities when balanced with strength, self-awareness, and a commitment to personal improvement. Show her that you acknowledge your struggles but are not defined by them. Demonstrate that you are actively working to overcome your challenges and become a better version of yourself. This will make her admire your resilience, your determination, and your overall strength of character, instead of feeling like she needs to fix you or become your emotional caretaker. Furthermore, remember that building trust and intimacy takes time. It's not necessary to reveal all of your deepest insecurities on the first few dates. Allow the relationship to develop naturally, and share your vulnerabilities gradually as you build a deeper connection. Focus on creating a positive and supportive dynamic where you can both share your thoughts and feelings openly and honestly, without feeling overwhelmed or burdened. Consider journaling or talking to a therapist to process your insecurities and develop healthy coping mechanisms. This will help you become more emotionally self-sufficient and reduce your reliance on others for validation and reassurance. When you do share your vulnerabilities with your partner, be sure to do so in a way that is respectful of her emotional boundaries. Avoid dumping all of your problems on her without giving her the opportunity to respond or offer support. Instead, share your feelings in a way that invites connection and understanding. For example, you could say, "I've been feeling a little insecure about my career lately. Would you mind if I talk to you about it?" This gives her the opportunity to opt into the conversation and ensures that she feels respected and valued. Ultimately, cultivating healthy emotional boundaries, practicing self-care, and sharing your vulnerabilities in a mindful and respectful way are essential for building strong and lasting relationships. By demonstrating emotional resilience, a commitment to personal growth, and respect for your partner's boundaries, you will project an image of strength and authenticity that will attract women who appreciate you for who you truly are. The fourth sign that can significantly diminish your attractiveness and project weakness is trying too hard to impress her. There's a subtle yet crucial distinction between genuine confidence and blatant desperation, and many men unknowingly cross this line when they attempt to impress a woman through excessive bragging, exaggerating stories, or overly highlighting their successes. While it's natural to want to present yourself in a positive light, trying too hard to impress can often backfire, making you come across as insecure, needy, and ultimately, less appealing. This behavior often stems from a deep-seated need for external validation and a lack of genuine self-assurance. If you don't truly believe in your own worth, you may feel compelled to constantly prove yourself to others, hoping to gain their approval and acceptance. However, this approach is rarely effective, as it often comes across as disingenuous and transparent. For example, imagine you are on a date, and you constantly interject your accomplishments into the conversation, mentioning how much money you make, how many influential connections you have, or how amazing your achievements are. While you might believe you are showcasing your value and desirability, she is likely sensing that you are overcompensating for underlying insecurities. She may perceive you as someone who is more concerned with impressing others than with building a genuine connection. Women appreciate success and ambition, but what's far more attractive is a man who is secure enough in himself that he doesn't feel the need to constantly seek validation through self-promotion. A confident man knows his worth and doesn't need to constantly remind others of his accomplishments. He allows his actions and his character to speak for themselves. The key to avoiding this pitfall is to cultivate authenticity and genuine self-confidence. Instead of trying to prove your worth through words, let your actions and your confidence speak for themselves. Be genuine, be yourself, and trust that your value will naturally be recognized. Focus on building a genuine connection with her by engaging in meaningful conversation, actively listening to her thoughts and feelings, and showing genuine interest in her life. Instead of talking about yourself constantly, ask her questions about her passions, her goals, and her experiences. Show her that you are genuinely interested in getting to know her as a person, not just in impressing her with your accomplishments. Furthermore, be mindful of your body language and your overall demeanor. Project confidence through your posture, your eye contact, and your tone of voice. Stand tall, make direct eye contact, and speak clearly and assertively. Avoid fidgeting, slouching, or speaking in a hesitant or apologetic tone. These nonverbal cues can significantly impact how you are perceived and can undermine your attempts to impress her with your words. Instead of focusing on impressing her, focus on creating a comfortable and enjoyable experience for both of you. Relax, be yourself, and allow the conversation to flow naturally. Don't try to force the connection or put on a show. Simply be present in the moment and enjoy getting to know her. Remember that genuine connection is built on authenticity, vulnerability, and mutual respect. Trying too hard to impress can create a barrier to genuine connection, as it prevents you from being your true self. Furthermore, it's important to recognize that everyone has flaws and imperfections. Trying to present a perfect image is not only unrealistic but also unattractive. Women are often drawn to men who are comfortable with their imperfections and are willing to be vulnerable and authentic. Don't be afraid to show your true self, even if it means revealing some of your flaws or insecurities. This can actually make you more relatable and attractive, as it demonstrates that you are a genuine and authentic person. Consider practicing mindfulness and self-compassion to cultivate greater self-acceptance. Mindfulness involves paying attention to your thoughts and feelings without judgment, while self-compassion involves treating yourself with kindness and understanding, especially when you are struggling or feeling inadequate. By cultivating greater self-acceptance, you will reduce your need for external validation and become more comfortable with being your true self. Ultimately, cultivating genuine self-confidence, practicing authenticity, and focusing on building a genuine connection are essential for attracting women and building lasting relationships. By being yourself and allowing your value to speak for itself, you will project an image of strength and authenticity that will be far more attractive than trying too hard to impress. The fifth significant sign that can lead a woman to perceive you as weak and ultimately diminish her attraction is losing emotional control during disagreements or stressful situations. While disagreements and conflicts are an inevitable part of any relationship, how you handle these situations can reveal a great deal about your emotional maturity, your self-control, and your overall character. If you are quick to anger, become overly defensive, or act out emotionally during disagreements, she will likely perceive you as lacking emotional stability and self-control, which are key traits that women often look for in a long-term partner. Emotional stability is essential for building a healthy and secure relationship. Women are naturally drawn to men who can remain calm and composed under pressure, who can handle conflict with grace and maturity, and who can provide a sense of security and stability. Losing your temper over small issues or reacting impulsively to stressful situations signals immaturity and instability, which can be a major turnoff. It suggests that you are not emotionally equipped to handle the challenges of a relationship and that you may be prone to volatile behavior. Instead of reacting impulsively to disagreements or stressful situations, practice emotional regulation techniques to manage your emotions and respond in a more constructive manner. Emotional regulation involves recognizing your emotions, understanding their triggers, and developing strategies to manage them effectively. One simple but effective technique is to take a deep breath and count to 10 before responding. This allows you to calm down, gather your thoughts, and respond in a more rational and controlled manner. Another helpful technique is to actively listen to the other person's perspective and try to understand their point of view. This can help you de-escalate the situation and find a mutually agreeable solution. Women admire men who can handle pressure and resolve conflicts with composure, empathy, and respect, rather than aggression, emotional outbursts, or passive-aggressive behavior. Remember that the goal of a disagreement should be to find a solution that works for both parties, not to win an argument or prove that you are right. Focus on communicating your needs and concerns in a clear, respectful, and assertive manner, while also actively listening to the other person's perspective. Avoid personal attacks, name-calling, or other forms of disrespectful behavior. Instead, focus on the issue at hand and work together to find a resolution that addresses both of your concerns. Furthermore, it's important to recognize that anger is often a secondary emotion that masks underlying feelings of fear, insecurity, or vulnerability. If you find yourself frequently getting angry or reacting impulsively to stressful situations, take some time to explore the underlying causes of your anger. Consider journaling or talking to a therapist to process your emotions and develop healthier coping mechanisms. This can help you become more emotionally self-aware and reduce your tendency to react impulsively. Also, remember that everyone makes mistakes. If you do lose your temper or react inappropriately, apologize sincerely and take responsibility for your actions. This demonstrates that you are willing to acknowledge your flaws and make amends for your mistakes, which can be a sign of emotional maturity. However, it's important to avoid making excuses for your behavior or blaming the other person for your actions. Take ownership of your mistakes and commit to doing better in the future. Consider practicing mindfulness and meditation to cultivate greater emotional awareness and self-control. Mindfulness involves paying attention to your thoughts and feelings without judgment, while meditation involves training your mind to focus and calm down. By practicing these techniques regularly, you can develop greater awareness of your emotions and improve your ability to manage them effectively. Ultimately, cultivating emotional stability, practicing emotional regulation, and resolving conflicts with composure are essential for building healthy and lasting relationships. By demonstrating that you can handle pressure and manage your emotions effectively, you will project an image of strength and maturity that will be highly attractive to women. These 5 signals represent critical areas where men often unintentionally project weakness, impacting how women perceive them and subsequently influencing their level of attraction and respect. Overcoming these tendencies requires a conscious effort to cultivate self-awareness, address underlying insecurities, and develop healthier patterns of behavior. It's a journey of self-improvement that demands honesty, commitment, and a willingness to challenge your own assumptions. By focusing on building genuine self-confidence, setting healthy boundaries, practicing emotional regulation, and communicating assertively, you can transform your presence and project an image of strength, authenticity, and desirability. Remember that this is not about changing who you are, it's about aligning your behaviors with your authentic self and projecting your best qualities with confidence and integrity. In conclusion, understanding these 7 signs of perceived weakness is the first step towards transforming yourself into a more confident and desirable man. By consciously working to avoid constantly seeking validation, learning to stand up for yourself and set boundaries, being mindful of oversharing insecurities, resisting the urge to try too hard to impress, and mastering emotional control during disagreements, you can cultivate a stronger, more authentic presence. This journey of self-improvement will not only enhance your relationships with women but also empower you to achieve greater success and fulfillment in all areas of your life. Embrace the challenge, commit to personal growth, and watch as you transform into the confident and capable man you were always meant to be.